Hopefully this video is going to be a lot shorter so that it's easy for you all to understand. Everything that's going on in my life right now is still electronic devices. They're observing and recording everything that I'm doing. I don't know if it's infrared machines through the walls. I don't know how they're doing this. They're using hidden cameras and they're using hidden surveillances with recording devices that is allowing people to transmit the sound so they can literally hear me like it's a phone conversation. So I want to make sure that I make these very clear to these people, whoever can watch these videos, that this is what they're doing to me. Everywhere I go, outside they have cameras, but understand that inside my apartment, nothing here is privacy. There's some sort of hidden cameras and infrared heaters in the walls that can tell where I'm moving, where I'm walking in the apartment, what I'm doing, what I'm writing, very detailed information. So I wanted to make sure that people understand that's kind of what's going on right now. There's electronic devices that are all set up all in my perimeter, specifically targeting shooting my body, to alter my body, for everything from affecting my brain, from having conversation, to making muscle tissue twitch, to then shooting a perimeter of an area to then, to then make something hurt in a larger area, and also to shoot my intestines so that I shit consistent. I'm shitting like 4 or 5 times a day, and I'm literally living a vegetarian lifestyle. I eat fish. In the last month, I've eaten fish 3 or 4 times. I'd say about 4 or 5 times in the last month. Twice a week, I have some tuna in a can. Other than that, I eat vegetarian and fruits and take a vitamin pill to try to eat healthy and live as healthy as I can. But understand that there's recording devices every footstep I take. Every time I get on the bus, they're recording me on my phone, even when I'm not using it and it's just on silent mode. They send emails right on time. They do a lot of detailed information. I'm under surveillance. Please understand that everything I'm doing is secretly being recorded. I do not give permission for people to be recording me secretly and then using this information against me. I don't give them permission to videotape me without my permission, without my acknowledgement, or in the shower when I'm taking a shower. So please understand that that's what they're doing to me. Nothing has changed. I don't know who's responsible. I don't know. They won't let me have contact with the outside of the world. I absolutely dream, as emotional as the guy that had said this, who I met from the Holocaust, who was a Jewish survivor from that era of time when I was 15 years old. And I dream of my own liberation. I dream of my own liberation to be free from these electronic devices and to live my own life. I dream of that. And my liberation of the imprisonment, and my liberation that the words that I had to say was the truth. So that that what these people did to me was true. I dream, fantasize, I think of my liberation of freedom of what these people have done with these electronic devices beyond anything that you can imagine of torment of these electronic devices. This has been going on, to my knowledge, a little over or under 15 years. If they've been doing this for at least a confirmed 10, and I know more than that, then what is it likely they're going to do it another 10 years until I die? Because these electronic devices that they're using, and these recording devices and hidden cameras, they keep passing the electronic devices, say, here, kill them. Here, secret record them. Here you go. And they keep passing it, the electronic device, to some total stranger that wants to do the murders, that wants to set up the poison, that wants to get somebody else to do it. I don't drink alcohol, I don't do drugs, I just smoke cigarettes. I haven't had a drink of alcohol in 4 months. Since I was in Vegas. And even when I was in Vegas, I was not drinking. The entire 7 months that I was there, I had alcohol 3 times. I was at dinner. I had a beer at a Olive Garden or something. But other than that, I don't do any drugs, nothing. So please understand this is very serious. I hope this understands, because there's a lot of heterosexual women out there, and the kind of women that I like, and they won't let me communicate with heterosexual women. They don't let me communicate with heterosexual women at all. I'm scared that I'm calling on the crisis line, that I speak to them, and every time I call them, they don't allow me to speak to heterosexual females. They don't allow me to speak to real females. I don't want to talk to transgenders over my crisis line. I don't want to work and be with them and only them in my work environments or in grocery stores. They don't have them in grocery stores. They don't have them in gas stations. Nowhere. Like they're not allowing me to communicate with them. Just because someone's a heterosexual female doesn't mean that I'm attracted to them. Just because she's a female is why I want to be conversating, because they are females and that's a different opposite sex. It's not a transgender trying to pretend to be a female. It's different. And they don't understand that. Transgenders are the most hateful people among gays than any human species. But females are different. They're beautiful and they're loving beyond anything of what these people are capable of doing, and the hatred that they do in teams. So I want to make that video clear. They don't allow me to go on dates or none of these things. So many things are hacked that it deprives me, and then they shoot electronic devices and then make it difficult. So time is burning out, and that's why they're doing it. So, like I said, I believe in Jesus and I believe in God, but it doesn't change the fact that they're gonna put me down eventually, and they're ready for it. They were threatening me at the hospital of death. They're using other death patients. They're bringing people with holes in their throats in Walmart, and they're doing this. That's what they're doing. Holes in their throats. You can see the holes in their throats, like they have cancer or something. And they hear me do this all the time. And the reason I do that all the time is because I was poisoned many years ago, viciously poisoned. I'd had a little bit of a drug abuse, but that was only in my teens, never in my 20s. I had drug abuse when I was in my teens and high school years, and about a year or 6 months after high school, that was it. And other than that, I didn't care for it. But understand that I had been physically poisoned, and that's why I do that. That's why I do that. It's a long story on how that had ever happened to me. I know who actually was responsible for it, but they deteriorated some sort of esophagus in my area and lungs and area that caused that. So that's why I always have to do that, because I can't help it. It bothers me too, because it affects the way and food that I eat and how I eat. And I have to do that every single time that I eat. I don't get to eat pleasant. Even if nobody shot electronic devices and I was in a pleasant environment, I still have to do that nearly every time I eat. And it's simply because of that. It's the windpipe. The singing pipe and lung pipe. So please understand that they do this to sort of practice. I've been around a lot of tragedy. They bring tragedy like that, but they treat me awful a lot of the time. So please understand that I'm a very kind person, and what's doing this is the combination with these electronic devices. You don't understand. These people are crazy. The people that are shooting these electronic devices and their homosexuality and trend, they're crazy. They are jealous and they're envy. They're not understanding. They are treasuring. I can't even begin to some of the horrific things that they're going into topics in, and murder already, of homicide and death, and what's going on, and to make it their profitable gain. They're just looking to see what dead body they can get. My dead sister, father, or someone else to then harness that and take it for a shuttle ride. That's what they're doing. They don't give a damn about human life. They don't care about God. Nearly most of these people, they don't care or believe in God. They don't scare God. They don't believe. They think afterlife is just a fantasy world that you can hurt and do as much damage as you want. You never have to worry about anything. And as long as everyone keeps doing it, they just ride the same boat. So I believe God deeply, and I fear God, but please understand that there's a purpose why I went to Auschwitz. Because they had me in their concentration camp, and it's not the Germans necessarily doing this, it's this community of people that have been doing this with that very intention, and the people who were behind this, hiring the psychologists. I know that there's loving people out there. Please understand, I know that there's loving people out there. Hopefully y'all are watching these videos and have it on speakers, celebrities or whoever might be able to help. But please understand, you can listen to the background. There's a lot of time you're spending watching these videos. But please, I know that there's Mariah Carey, a lot of celebrities out there that have a lot of wealth and can help hire private investigators, help to protect my life and dignity and respect, or alleviate my own personal life. That if I could repay them, I will. And any work and anything that I do, and my credibility of that I'm not crazy, and everything that's going on, and be willing to hear my story. So please continue to help me, support me if you can, as I do the same to anyone else. Because there is a lot of persecution that's going against the straight community, and we are being the ones that are being put down. We are the ones that are. The women have such a hard time. The heterosexual women have such a hard time, and the world that we live in the United States, with them having the respect and dignity that they should have. And it is because of them, and it is because of fighting over this and that, that it's people like me that they want you to stay away from, because they want to get rid of my life. And knowing how loving you are, how angelic you were, and how kind you were to human life, because they just like taking it away. They don't like giving it. They didn't. And please understand that they use other people that are much more even hateful than they are. Much more hateful. And that's the police officers and people that are willing to do also rapes and violence, then get them to do what they want. Because they know the police will not do it and only go against me and persecute me. But I hope, I'm going to continue being nice, I'm going to continue being kind, continue believing in God, follow the word steps of Jesus. I'm not perfect, and understand that if Jesus was homeless and he was working, living in just random places, so can I. But I have dreams and I have ambitions, and I'm going to try to get my GED, and I'm going to try to build these other models for gifts as presents to leave, heal, and tell a story. But if I have to stop that, I will, and live on the streets again if it's at the worst situations where time has just ran out. I'll just simply die, and they'll get rid of me. My life doesn't matter. I'm not communicating. They've cut off too many people, and my life is just worth trash at this point, to them. But it'd be more valuable to me to live more in peace, if that's the case we may be. I hope y'all understand, and I was a beautiful girl, and I don't understand why. A lot of people that's going on. I don't know what's going on. And it's hard because in my lifetime, even when people did bad things to me, I wouldn't have been spitting, throwing trash at them, or make fun of them or anything, forcing them to think they got to eat in a trash can, because that's what their life is only worth, because I said what their life is worth. I wouldn't have ever done that, and I never did while I was homeless. It may have been homeless, but I wasn't going to make you feel like shit. So you could shoot me right here. I just made a twitch, so...